Hello, my name's Jane.
Hello, my name's Roger.
We'll be guiding you through this presentation about connection. Oxygen.
Carbon dioxide.
Stop breathing. You need to keep breathing. Sweet, isn't it? We share our breath with trees. That's more like snoring. Have you fallen asleep? It's about to start. The connections are everywhere. Fractal. A fractal is a natural phenomenon or a mathematical set that exhibits a repeating pattern that displays at every scale. This is Mandelbrot. He coined the term fractal and self-similarity. So, if a fractal repeats at every scale, how far can they go?
Is fractal infinite?
That's amazing. So imagine neurons in your brain and galaxies. Well, apparently we're there. And where? Imagine. That could mean not only are we in the universe, but a universe could be in us, too. Okay, and on that bombshell, let me introduce you to the founder of quantum physics. So, what did he do? Well, you know how the universe is infinite, as in eternal, as in there is no end, as in we can't even get our heads around how that's possible? Well, Dirac doubled that. He doubled infinity. What? Oh! Dirac discovered antimatter. He theorised that for all matter in the known universe, there is also antimatter. And that is how Dirac doubled infinity.
No thing exists
Without another thing.
Good.
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 I believe the saying is it takes two. Quite sweet. I like to think that's why we crave love. Our other half. We are complying to universal law. Discovering antimatter was poetic, but the reason why it was such a huge deal was that he didn't bump into it at a divine mistake and just happened to discover antimatter. No! Dirac hypothesized it in his head! So how did he do that experiment? Maybe a chemical reaction? No, he really did work it out theoretically. Antimatter couldn't be physically proven until 10 years later in a chemical reaction. He looked at nature as his kind. If a theory didn't make sense in nature, it wouldn't make sense in the universe. sense universally. It's not a universal truth!
In other words, to figure this out, neurons, you need to figure this out. The galaxy.
Yeah, spelt with a lovely E there in the middle.
To figure out what the hell that is, you need to figure out nanotechnology.
Fine for spelling.
The growth of a cell and the death of a star.
The arrow doesn't
That's similar, doesn't it?
point to the actual...
They got the atom and the inner planets. The solar system,
Very
that's
fine.
unbelievable, eh? Direct help us understand the power of using nature's guidelines and discovering universal laws through cross-referencing with nature.
Apostrophe.
And Bot gave us the gift of understanding nature by observing fractals, helping us begin to understand a universal law.
Mandelbrot spelled wrong.
So what happens when people apply universal laws observed in nature, for example, fractals? Fractal there. Satellites.
Fractals!
Internet.
Fractals!
www.ak World Wide Web. As in the whole world connecting. As in the reason why we know you. Yeah!
Fractals!
Architecture.
Fractals!
Nanotechnology.
Fractals!
Hydron, could I that?
Man!
Hydron.
Fractal! Fractal!
That's nice. Nature is a wise old bird. It's worth taking her advice.
Nature!
Let's look at the instincts nature gave.
Ugh. Doesn't quite look right, does it?
Well, don't like it.
That's better,
That's better.
as she says it. The truth is, us Homo sapiens are a little bit naturally OCD for repetition and symmetry.
OCD.
That's OCD.
I don't like it. Get rid of it.
Just shush, let them see it, read it.
Doesn't feel right. It's all. That's better. A pile of rubbish.
Ta-da!
Not very nice, is it? Unless it's Tracy Emin or something like that. So let's do a little bit of an experiment.
Let's take out one part of this rubbish, let's say the bottle tops.
Ta-da!
And magically turn the pile of rubbish into ordered bottle tops. Suddenly the rubbish is no longer. I mean, it's still technically rubbish, but it looks a lot better. All with a little order.
A little bit of order.
A little bit of order.
We
We perspicaciously crave traits of order. The more order you put things into, the more your instincts tell you something feels right. Like repeating something.
Like repeating something.
Repetition.
Repetition, the more the better.
It's like a Jedi mind trick. You can make pretty much anything beautiful to the mind's eye by giving it a trait of order, whether it's symmetry, repetition, fractals, colour, etc. Just like direct observing nature and discovering universal truths, artists have played with these instincts for millennia, many times making observations that others at the time could not see.
That others at the time could not see. Yeah. So for example,
Yeah, there are those fractals again.
can you see him?
Big wave made of little waves.
Made a mistake there, didn't it? Lovely view. Oh, can you hear that?
The Great Wave of Kanagawa by Hokusai, created in 1829, 150 years before Mandelbrot discovered fractals, man.
Discovered fractals.
Spell Mandelbrot right there, but wrong here. Let's hear what Mandelbrot has to say about art and Jedi mind tricks.
First of all, one explanation of that is that the feeling for fractality is not new. It is one very surprising and extraordinary discovery I made gradually, very slowly, by looking again at paintings of the past. Many painters had a clear idea of what fractals are. Take Hokusai, a famous Japanese painter of around 1800. He did not have any mathematical training, but it is quite clear by looking at Hokusai with the eye which had been trained on fractals that Hokusai understood fractal structures, and again had this balance of big, small, and intermediate details. And as you come close to these marvelous drawings, you find that he understood perfectly fractality, but he never expressed it. Nobody ever expressed it. And so humanity has known for a long time what fractals are.
Artists have expressed and played with many observations and instincts some time before science acknowledges them.
Jackson Pollock, chaos theory, order and disorder. Van Gogh, I don't know yet, but it's
Monet, qualities of light changing, i.e. distance and angle of the sun, light refraction. Lovely different colours of light, he observed.
Yeah, lovely colours.
In the morning it's one colour, in the evening it's another, in the afternoon it's another, and in the morning it's another, and in the afternoon it's another. And then it's another colour then, and then it's another colour then. Art creates a good platform of free experimentation and can reveal instincts within people of what they find beautiful. Of course, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty theory is a complex subject affected by many things. However, there are unifying fundamental foundations that are shared across our species of what we find special and beautiful. There's nature. Craving beauty is part of your survival instinct.
It is your nature, your ultimate bullshit rider. Listen to it. For example, what would you rather drink from? It's obviously. What would you rather swim in? Don't even know me unless you do. What would you rather eat? Eh? You're a dirty rather than everything. You know, this one will make you sick, the other one will make you healthy, isn't it? Yeah. Repulsive, alluring. Repulsive.
We find the sensation of beauty pleasant. Even our body reacts to beauty positively. The endorphins released when we enjoy something can actually improve our survival by, for example, boosting our immune system.
Even down to your hormones. Stress hormones releases endorphins. That green lovely thing. Beauty is connected to your well-being. And your well-being is connected to nature. There isn't a mammal on earth that doesn't like the rain blade.
It makes us happy. Look how happy this fella is. He is happy. I bet his name is Happy.
Happy Larry.
What absolute bliss this little one is in.
Look at your happy little face. You happy little face. Play feels awesome. It's so powerful it crosses borders.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. A sweet old domestic dog and a dog.
And a peaceful grass grazing deer are chums. But check this out. This is a wild polar bear. These two had never met before. We can hear their story from Dr. Stuart Brown, founder of the Clay Institute.
North of Churchill, Manitoba, in October and November, there's no ice on Hudson Bay, and this polar bear that you see is 1,200-pound male. He's wild and fairly hungry. And Norbert Rossing, a German photographer, is there on scene making a series of photos of these huskies who are tethered. And from out of stage left comes this wild male polar bear with a predatory gaze. Any of you have been to Africa or had a junkyard dog come after you, there is a fixed kind of predatory gaze that you know you're in trouble. But on the other side of that predatory gaze is a female husky in a play bow wagging her tail. And something very unusual happens. That fixed behavior, which is rigid and stereotyped and ends up with a meal changes. And this polar bear stands over the husky, no claws extended, no fangs, taking a look, and they begin an incredible ballet. A play ballet. This is in nature. It overrides the carnivorous nature and what otherwise would have been a short fight to the death. And if you'll begin to look closely at the husky that's baring her throat to the polar bear, and look a little more closely, they're in an altered state. They're in a state of play. And it's that state that allows these two creatures to explore the possible. They are beginning to do something that neither would have done without the play signals. And it is a marvelous example of how a differential in power can be overridden by a process of nature that's within all of us.
Thanks very much, Dr. Brown. So you get the point. Play is powerful stuff. Stronger than the instinct to eat a husky for supper. And it makes us happy. Have a look at these two. That was a previously depressed elephant. Look at his face now. Does he look depressed? No. No, he doesn't. He looks happy. What about these two? Well, I would say they are pretty proud of each other. They go for swims together. And what about these two comrades? Clearly, the pooch looks pleased, adapted well to his new rims, and in case you were wondering, that's a chicken and that's his beak. So, how does play do this? Let's have a look at our brains. When in the state of play, endorphins rush through our system, not only bonding us, but creating what is called, drumroll please, the absorbent state of mind.
That means all the conditions for our brains are optimum. It becomes like a sponge for information, and what you learn sticks.
Sticks! Forever!
When play is inhibited, there is no absorbent state of mind. The only thing left to aid remembering what you need to learn is repetition or grave fear.
Repetition.
Problem with that is the mind is not a machine. You don't just input data and Bob's your mum, you get an Einstein. No, the brain is millennia old, it has its way.
It has its way.
If you inhibit play, you don't just inefficiently stuff info in to be repeated like an uncreated broken record. No, you also block abstract thought. Play and imagination help develop abstraction of thought and impulse control, so you can think yourself out of a problem. Without impulse control, you don't have executive function, by which I don't mean being a prodigy CEO, no. Executive function is a moral compass.
No need to explain why we need our moral compass. And in case you think I'm using Annabelle Lecter's face for entertainment purposes, let me give you a disturbing fact. Something psychopathic serial killers have in common is a corrupted or playless childhood. So, let's play a little heart sound. Recap, play. There isn't a mammal on Earth that doesn't play. Play promotes a healthy evolution of cognitive abilities, including establishing bonds and social, emotional and physical development. It's all very important stuff, isn't it? Right, so, what am I getting at? Well, there's nature's way, and then there's the highway, also known as fucking idiocy. You can't stop a kid from playing. That would be a hint of nature's intentions, and yet we go against that and inflict a system that causes boredom. You see, play boredom. Our instincts of what we enjoy and what we are repulsed by or reject are fundamentally connected to our well-being and survival. These have developed on a biological timescale that has developed over millennia and take millennia to develop and change. There is no other way. We are biologically caveman bodies with eye pain. For example, you can sit a child in a classroom and tell him not to move, but you are up against biological hardware to fucking move. I mean, think about it. When's the last time you heard a young student say, oh, do you know what, I'm really looking forward to revise for my exams and sit down for at least 6 hours, straight in front of a book to figure things out about everything. You don't hear it. It doesn't happen. No child says that. And if they do, please write to me. Right, so where was I? I've gotten lost, I got distracted, I went on a rant. Yeah, so kids, naturally, they're wired to have loads of energy, loads of curiosity. It's the way nature did it. That's why you've got play, evolve, and then where was I? Yes, they have developed within this planet's environment. They are evolved ancient mechanisms that are finely tuned to be completely connected to our well-being within our environment. The state of our bodies, down to the hormones. For now, biological changes take time. I mean, cyborgs might come along and then you've got like a different matter, but for now they take time. So, if you contradict them suddenly, and the ancient instincts aren't adhered to, inevitably, you don't connect up as coherently. Hence, a kid not saying, I want to study for my exams, I'm really looking forward to it, you know what I mean? Ah, yeah. So nature again shows us the way. You got greenery, and then you got fucking idiocy, you see. You got waste, and you got no waste. Why do you reckon this is? Well, nature developed over millennia. It's highly connected, it's intact. All parts are connected to another within each species continuum. No part damages another, unlike this. Ecosystems created by humans are limited in their very nature. It doesn't connect up as complexly and therefore breaks another connection, and it's lacking species continuum, creating mass extinction, which is what we've got now. See, that kills that, because we haven't connected up to the established ecosystem with pesticides. It kills everything in the nature's ecosystem, everything's connected. It's logical. Oh, there she is again. Hello, nature. I think she's here for the conclusion. So, shall we have a look at this diagram? Yes. Well, at the bottom you will see that there is an atom, which, as we covered earlier, looks a lot like the fractal of the solar system. And above that you got the molecules, and above that you got the cells, and then you got the cells that work together to create tissue, and then you got the tissue that works together to create organs, and all the organs need each other. You know, try and get your heart to pump without your brain, and get your brain to pump without your heart. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got to digest something with your stomach to make it all keep on working. Do you know? It's really connected. And then you go on top of that, you've got the organ system, which just went through, and then on top of that you've got the organism, the entire body, and the entire body needs all the different parts. Try walking around without your skin on, do you know what I mean? And then you've got the population, because you've got your body, but you know, how would your body exist if you weren't, you know, procreated into the world? And then obviously the population needs a place to live, so then you get to the community, and in the community you've got the ecosystem, so you've got the trees that give us our breath, and our breath gives the trees breath that we covered earlier, and then you've got the zebras that, you know, graze on the grass and don't overpopulate because the lions come along and they eat. You've got the whole ecosystem, you've got the rain, the waters, and the effects of it, so it's all very connected. And then you've got the biosphere, which basically goes back down to being an atom, practically. Well, the sun's the atom, technically. We're probably just an electron zooming around in this infinite universe. They say it might even be a living cosmos, but, you know, let's leave that to the quantum physicists. The point is, there is no thing without the other thing. No thing exists without the other thing. So, consider this. Anything that you do in future, connect it up. Connect it to your environment. Be creative, but create with everything you know. Well, everything you can anyway. Within the options. I think that's about it. I've ranted on a bit. The point basically is that no one thing can be without the other. When systems collaborate, they work better. We need each other. So be curious, you know, be objective and be connected to everything you can be. Alright, see you next week.
Zero.